much do you have to play a game to beat it? What do you think? Like, how much of a game do you need to play to feel like you've actually played the game? Not like see the credits roll, but just like...
Okay, Skyrim, I beat the story, 30 hours, beat the story, I'm done with the game.
Okay, yeah.
That's a long time. I think 30 hours is like almost my ideal time for a game. As I just beat Breath of the Wild, and all the side stuff, except for, all the shrines, not all the side stuff. That's a long time. But I put in over 80 hours in that game. And that's a little too much, I think, because it starts losing its luster.
You do start seeing cracks in games. Like, the longer you play them, the more acquainted you get with them, the more you see the issues that the game has.
And you just you just start falling out of love with the game.
Yeah. Loses some of the mystery.
Yeah.
I put in a shitload of time into Skyrim, but I never felt that way. But I definitely know what you're talking about, because like sometimes I like to platinum games. And sometimes when you're trying to platinum a game, you really start seeing all the problems with the game. Like when you're trying to do certain activities or trying to get your stats to a certain level, or etc., you really do start seeing it. And a lot of times, like I've already beaten the game, and I'm like going for the platinum, and I'll be like, "Fuck this!" Like I don't dislike this game, but I'm not going to continue to put any more time in it. So
I think a great example of a game that I think that the small side-ish missions actually work really well. Well, actually, two games, which I think are two sides of the same coin, because I think they are both great games and very similar, is the Arkham games and the new Tomb Raider games. Yeah, I do, with the Tomb Raider and the Arkham games, get all the Riddler trophies, get all the little trinkets.
Really?
Like it feels. Yeah, I just love collecting those trophies. They're simple and easy. It's not taxing.
I do the combat trophies in those games.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, I don't like doing the collectibles. Collectibles to me are the fucking worst. I hate.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that those games do it right.
Well, because it's open world, so like if you're trying to platinum a game and it's mission based, and then you have to play the mission again, and then if there's not like a save state through it, and you miss a collectible, you're playing that game again for that one collectible.
The first Arkham game, if you miss one set of chattering teeth, that's a pain in the ass. But you get the Riddler clues, and you can find them in the other Arkham games, and you know exactly where to go. Yeah,
I don't know. I like doing the more gameplay end of the trophies. I avoid the collectibles as long as possible. Like for example, with the Dishonored games, you have to go through the whole game without being seen, without killing anybody. You know, you're a ghost. I really love that. I think that proves that this game is very well designed.
Replayability.
But when I'm doing the collectibles, I'm like, fuck, did I get everything? And then I start like going through my head, and like it just it's enough to drive you nuts, honestly.
Some games,
and it's always the collectibles for me. Like the combat stuff, like in Batman, you had to Arkham City, you had to do over 100 combo. Like 100 hit combo.
That's too crazy.
Dude, it was great, man. Like when I finally got there, I was just like fucking, because I did it with Nightwing, and he's got the
quick
batons. Damn, dude, it felt amazing to get that trophy.
I never do that. Yeah. I like the actual story ones, and you get to face off with the Riddler.
Yeah,
put him to shame, which is great because he's taunting you the whole game, and then you make him feel like a complete moron, and I love that.
Well, like one of the best collectibles, two of the best collectibles I've ever seen are actually from LA Noire. One was you have these newspapers, and it's like a whole other story that you can completely miss. You have no clue it's there. Like the story the story alludes to it, but you're never explicitly told, hey, look at these newspapers, and this will give you more of a parallel story of like these heroin dealers. And then two, they did these movie collectibles where it's all of these noir films, just their names, and then if you read all the films, it's basically noir film 101. So it's like Concrete Jungle, the Postman Always Rings Twice, and like for me,
Double Indemnity.
Yeah, for me, The Killers, it was just so cool to see that, like to have somebody say like, look, I mean, if you're interested in noir film, like here you go. Here's 50 movies that you absolutely should watch. And I actually have watched a lot of them from that list, not knowing what they were and being like, huh, I wonder what that is. Yeah. And anyway, that's cool. One. That's really cool. That's a better one than you know. Just...
Also, but the Batman ones also have the audio tapes.
Yeah,
which are awesome.
I like those.
Yeah,
I always like those.
I like trophies that actually give you something too.
Yeah, agreed.
And like the Breath of the Wild does that well. You do collect new outfits or
I like that. I'm a big sucker for outfits.
Yeah.
Batman games especially. I really like the alternative outfits that they give you.
They do.
Oh man, the Batman Beyond one in Arkham City was amazing.
I love
good. That was awesome.
Yeah, they do that good. I think that the collectibles things should give you some kind of reward, not a stupid one, because. After you collect, I played games where after you collect all this shit, and it's like, I did it! Yes! 100%! Alright.
Yeah, well, I do think it's fun, though, like, especially when you hit that 100% on a game, like, it feels good. Mm-hmm. But, like, do you find that you play games after you've 100% of them, or is that, like, you don't play it ever again?
If it's a good game, like Batman, Tomb Raider. Yeah. And I never thought I would go back and replay Arkham Asylum when it first came out and do all the Riddler things. And I did do it all over again. And I do it all the time now. Yeah. And I love it. And it's because it's a good game.
I played Arkham City like 5 times.
They're just such good games.
Well, and the stories are so good too.
Stories are great. The replayability is some of the best of the new generation. And that's another topic for another day, is that our new modern games that you put in hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of time, are they replayable?
Well, that's something to reflect upon. Mm-hmm. Zach.
I'm Morrow.
Tanuki Cast. All right. Another one in the can.
Yep. What do we